Hello, 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 my beautiful people. It's me, Coach Lee, coming at you with your Movement Monday. Let's get it started. Hey, let's get it moving. Alright, so those that are new to this channel, I am Coach Lee, the world's #1 self-love master trainer that uses a holistic approach. Alright, so let's dive in and I just want to say this. When I had a conversation with a very, very close friend of mine, he's very close, and with the conversation, it was misunderstood, and I'm going to tell you why. It was misunderstood because sometimes when I basically was letting them know that when a person's cup is feeling empty and nothing left for them to give. He basically was like, well, there's nothing left to give, then there's no need to deal with the person no more, just let it be. So I was letting him know when someone is basically implying and informing you that I have nothing left to give from my cup, it's either you're going to refill my cup and start pouring back into me, or we can now, the squirrels, or now we can part ways. So you have to be the one to determine what you want to do in that situation. Do you want to keep trying to let this individual know that is nothing left for you to give and wait for them to pour back into you? Or are you going to make the initiative to stop giving? Think about it. Because sometimes we are constantly trying to give from a caring heart, from a good space, and we just like, oh, I just want to make sure you're good. I want to give and provide at the same time. If you're not getting nothing in return, not saying that when you give into someone, you have to always get something back. I am not implying that. What I'm implying is that your cup has to be refilled as well. As you're constantly pouring into others, make sure that you're able to get something poured back into you. That can be listening to inspirational music, listening to stuff for personal development, having and being around someone that is a support system that actually can pour some knowledge back into you. Pour something that you feel as though you're in a need of at that moment back into you. And sometimes we just need a hug. Sometimes you just need a hug and just want somebody to pour back and that back into you, if you get what I'm saying. Sometimes you just want somebody to let you know, I love you. I'm here for you. Sometimes that's all it takes for someone to basically pour back into you after you've been giving and giving and giving and giving and giving for so long that you felt like I have nothing left to give. So I want to encourage you all, for those that are feeling like their vessel, their cup, their pitcher is low and empty, when you turn it over, it's like, I don't have nothing left to give. Now stop waiting for others to give into you. Because when you constantly waiting for someone to give into you, pour into you, you're going to keep waiting. You're going to be waiting and waiting and waiting. And then you have to make that decision of, do I continue to wait for this person to pour into me, or do I let it go? Now, another thing about it is, if you never voice that you need something in return because you're feeling empty, I'm feeling empty, I need to be refilled, and they're ignoring your requests. Say, for example, it's your spouse, your partner, someone that is really, really close and dear to you, and you just felt like you just give, and you feel like, I just need something in return now, a hug, a letter, something of appreciation, and they refuse to acknowledge your request, then you have to make that decision on what you feel as though you have to do for you. Remember, #me first. You have to put yourself first, because if you don't, then now you don't even have nothing for yourself. And always, always, always give to you. Give to you, so you're not expecting you to be getting from someone else. Now, when I had the conversation with my close friend, he really took it as, well, since it's nothing there, it's empty, then I would just walk away. versus acknowledging what the words that was spoke to him about the situation we was talking about. He took it as, I don't even want to hear it. I'm just done. Now, I get it. Everyone look at things different. I had to break it all the way down to him and let him know that maybe if you start pouring back into the other individual a little to let them know, I hear you. I hear you. Then everything can be slightly different. But if you're constantly just taking from this individual, not acknowledging what they're doing, and just feel as though, well, you don't want to give no more, then I'm done. Then obviously you were taking with intentions of just taking and stealing from them. I said stealing because now if you take it and you don't have no good intentions with it, you're stealing. So I just want to remind you all to pour into you, pour into yourself, recognize the things you require for you so you don't have to look for it outward, because you'll already be having it. You'll already be refilled. You'll already be good. Hey, you feel like you need a hug? Get a pat. Get a pat. Go hug your siblings. Go hug your children. A friend. Pour back into you first. Do what's required for you before you start looking outward. Because it starts with you. It starts with what is within inside of you first. First and foremost. It has to come from inside so that by the time anything else that's coming from others, it's just extra. Thank you all for listening. I appreciate you all. And as always, have peace in your mind, love in your heart, happiness in your soul. Namaste. Till next time, my beautiful people.